Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to Middle-earth, and we're here with some more Rise of Mordor for you today, and this is a glorious 3v3 that I did on the Rise of Mordor stream that was on the other night, and yeah, this was a really fun siege. If you didn't go and check out the Rise of Mordor stream, that is fine. We'll be doing one every weekend, either it'll be a Saturday or Sunday, I'll let you guys know, but yeah, every weekend there will be a Rise of Mordor stream, and yeah, this was a really fun like little 3v3 that we got going on here. And yeah, we have good versus evil in today's siege battle. We have some Woodland Realm, we have Dorwinion, and we have Erebor attacking Mordor, Isengard, and the Eastlings. So we have a pretty powerful alliance on both sides here today. And you can see, look at this, 7CI sallying out, trying to hit these Dorwinion troops here. And I mean, they're getting a little bit of success, but not too much. They are getting focused down as well here. I do believe that is by the archers in the woods. Here we have the forest rangers, which we don't often see very often from the Woodland Realm. These are like the lowest tier archers that are available, but these guys are a pretty handy unit. Can say hidden in plain sight, almost. And yeah, they're focusing down those that cav as much as possible, and rightly so. It's a very powerful cavalry unit. Over here we have Erebor, who I am playing as, landing on the walls now. I'm about to take on Isengard. In today's siege, it seemed like that is going to be the matchup that we have, and I'm taking on some Wyand Stormers already. The Wyand Stormers being committed first to the walls to take on these Erebor axe warriors, and you can see them all just jumping down. Look at that. These dwarves have got a long way to jump. Look at them dropping in there, just like whee. But if you're enjoying seeing Rise of Mordor on the channel, would like to see some more, do remember to always leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. As always, it's a massive help to the channel. And recently we hit 1 million views on the channel. So we had 1 million people came and watched videos on the channel. It's amazing. I mean, I think it's foolish by you all to come and just watch my content for 1 million times. Not that good, but thank you very much. No, honestly, it's a massive milestone, and yeah, well, hopefully we can hit another 1 million very soon. But yeah, the dwarves here on the walls, they're cutting down these Uruk-hai infantry slowly but steadily. I mean, they're already doing a little bit of damage, and you can see I'm bringing in my archers as well. Archers of the Red Mountain, they're coming up, and I'm just trying to shoot these pikemen as much as possible. On the walls over here, I'm facing berserkers. This is going to be a tough fight. Usually you see berserkers being dropping onto the wall first to do the damage to the defenders, but oh no, this time they'll be meeting the attackers on the wall. They are the defenders. That's a really weird like difference, I guess you could say. But yeah, we have axe warriors down here as well. They're fighting with the Uruk-hai infantry, doing some good work there. And over here, as you can see, a big long line wall like battle going on. Lasgarden Blade's losing though in this fight here against Uruk Throng. I mean, they're only losing because the archers here, Uruk archers on the wall, are just focusing them down. But as you can see here, Lasgarden Blades are now able to clear out this wall. They need to now just get off the wall. There are more Uruk Throng on the way, but I mean, there is other ways off the wall. I mean, there's not much in the way of infantry as you get off the wall, but it's the Uruk archers probably could focus you down before you get off there. We're going to see what happens. Lasgarden Blades are deciding to instead just finish off these Uruk Throng, which I think is a poor decision. They should just get off the walls. They're getting focused down. Over on this side, tower has just fallen. And that's going to do a lot of damage to those macemen, I imagine. You can see here, Vineland Guards already on the wall. They're fighting off with these wards of ruin here. So this is a battle of elites. Shock infantry, though, should do pretty well in close combat here on this wall. But yeah, these Vineland Guard going in first is also a bad sign, really, for Dorwinion. I hope they got more infantry. Got more protectors. I don't see of them. They've Dorwinion Spear Paladins. Kind of surprised they brought Spear Paladins, but there you go. Enemy gates have crumbled. Okay, so they destroyed the enemy gates of the Woodland Realm, and now they're going to go in with their Lasgarden Blades. I don't know if there's oil. And luckily there isn't. That's very lucky. Otherwise there could have been a lot of dead elves all of a sudden. But there you go. Luckily no dead elves there. But yeah, I managed to, because this wall here bugs out, for those that you don't know where, you can just sneak units through. Like on Tarnos, you can do the same. You can do the same on Longarlan. I snuck through a load of shock infantry. They are now fighting pikes, so yes, this isn't a good match. But unfortunately, it's what I'm going to have to do. I either have to do this or retreat. And you can see the that Isengard is trying to do that just now. I've got my archers on this side of the wall, and I am trying to shoot over. And I also have an axe unit that's going to come through the wall any second now. There you go. That's where the buggy wall is, and I'm just going to flank these pikes as much as possible, get them out of position. And it also reopens the route for me, so it allows me to get my troops in and out if I need to now. I am actually beating these pikes in combat with my shock infantry. I think this is mainly because of the archers that are supporting, but I don't know. There we go. That's a nice angle. But yeah, look at that. I mean, I don't know how I'm beating them. I'm being kept at bay really effectively here by the pikes. Yeah, they're now beating me, so I need to retreat from that fight. That's not a fight I can win. Swords, my axes here on the wall are getting beaten pretty hard here by berserkers and by the Wyand Stormers. It's just not a sandwich you really want to be in. A berserker and Wyand Stormer sandwich. We have berserkers here on the wall. They're getting focused down as much as possible. Dorween did actually send over a lot of archers in my direction. We've got a Vari marksman here, and also some Athar Rangers. So some good archers here, and they are focusing down these berserkers as much as possible, which I'm really appreciative of. And I've opened up a breach here in the wall as well. I'm just trying to get as many waves in as possible, cause as many as Isengard to stretch his force out as thinly as possible. You can see here that the Wyand Storm is now having a battle with the mix of shock infantry and axe infantry from Erebor. And this is a fight I should win in time, because the shock should just turn this around. Wyand Storm, as you can see here, losing decisively. They also doesn't help that they're getting flanked from the side by axes that have come off the wall. The Uruk-hai infantry down here also losing decisively. But at this point, I was making the most headway for my out of my alliance. And you see here the pikes breaking. They're being chased now by these Erebor axe warriors. Over on this side, as you can see, Woodland Realm just lost like so many swords on the wall. It was a really rough start for them. I mean, you also got to remember that we actually have less troops than the defenders, so this is a very strange attack in itself. We now have Dorween protectors going onto the wall with their massive swords. Look at that; these swords are insane. They're like, I don't know, they look like kind of like berserker swords, but just on steroids a little bit. And these guys are more heavily armored, I guess. But, I mean, they're still not the greatest shock in the world, in my opinion. I don't think Dorween Protectors do all that great. And they also doesn't help that they're getting focused down in the flank. Who they're being shot by? Uruk archers here. We have Lokirim archers. Yeah, it's Lokirim archers here in the wood that are doing all the damage. And I don't blame them. It's a good target to take out. They can't even see the Dorween Protectors, but they are hitting them hard. And you can see I'm now having Cavs sent around to my side. All sorts coming around, but yeah, it seems like the Elven and Dorwinian alliance over here is really struggling against the defenders. Over here, though, the dwarves having a lot more success, and we are actually attacking. This is the general of Isengard here, already in combat. This is a good sign. And the dwarves battling away as much as possible, but we are getting focused down quite heavily by crossbows, really hitting the flanks of my shock infantry. I've now got my own bowman inside though, so I should be able to try and do as much damage as possible. My tomb wardens got absolutely wrecked by these pikes. I mean, the price difference as well. It was shocking. And I've got mantra claims inside. These guys need to retreat. They do not want to be engaged here. Yeah, get out of there, boys. Yeah, my tomb wardens just got annihilated, and now we're just having to shoot these pikes into oblivion instead. Like, this is the option of the pikes. They either stand here and die, or they retreat and they get chased down, like the general and the archers are being over here by the Elven King. The Elven King's come all the way around from the other side, and he is now getting involved in the fight here, and he's going to cut down as many of these Uruk archers and general as possible. And I don't blame him. It's a good target to go after. We've got another general here, baiting the steps, very, very close by. He may want to think about helping out his Isengard ally. And we have also got Eastling polearms coming up. They're going to try and block off this point here, because as you can see, it is not looking good for the Isengard troops here. Isengard is kind of fully overwhelmed by Erebor. It was a tough defense for Isengard to really put up, especially with the wall glitch, which he was aware of. And then nice little carry charge in the back by Dorwinian there. That will seal the fate of these Isengard troops, I imagine. We've got Warriors of the Red Mountain also going in. These guys are called Warriors of the Red Mountain, but they are bloodied up. They've got a lot of red on them. They've got so much blood covering them. Jeez. But yeah. Oh, that poor dwarf there getting cut down. But yeah, Isengard had a really rough time. He was aware of like the wall glitch, thought I wasn't going to use it, and then all of a sudden a load of shock infantry goes through, and yeah, kind of undoes any sort of belief that I was not going to use it. I was fully going to use it. I mean, it's there to be used. Unfortunately, I mean, I maybe shouldn't have used it, but I did try every other route in first, and then thought, you know what, I need this wall glitch to try and open up the map. It's like just knocking down another wall almost. Yeah, I'm now with my archers. Just gonna shoot these Locrium halberdiers, and again, it's the same instance as the pikes of Isengard. They either stand here and die, or they retreat. And I mean, they probably will get out of there. They've got enough chance that they could get out of this fight, but they're gonna get shot in the back again if they stand there. It's the same on this side. I'm going to shoot them as much as possible. This side, I mean, the thing is that there is a general here bending the steps, and he's been trying to bother my archers as much as possible. He's trying to harass them. Isengard did get his general out with about half strength. Over on this side, you can see there's been another sally out by the Servants of the Eye, and this time they went deep. They took out the artillery, and they took out a little bit more. Like, they took out the artillery crew nearly. I think there's a few of them left. But, yeah, they didn't manage to do too much damage. And now the general of Dorwinion is able to cut them down. And also archers, I mean, are focusing this unit down. I mean, they probably need to stop now, wasting ammo. Servants of the Eye are going to wave and break. But yeah, as you can see, it's not looking really good for the attackers on this side. They are really struggling. We've got a Thala Rangers going in here. I mean, good to see the Locrium archers wasting ammo on the Thala Rangers. Especially when the Locrium, like, Macemen on this side would easily kill them. But that is a bad sign that there's Thala Rangers can set in. There is still a lot of elves here. We still have a lot of Lasgarden Blades. There's about 4 units here alone. And there is still, like, pole arms. We've got Violent Watchmen. And what else have we got in here? We've got Hull Guardians. We've still got archers with ammo. So, I mean, they've still got a decent amount of stuff. They just need to keep their presence here because it's really, really, like, distracting the attacker, the defenders, sorry, who otherwise would be able to send a lot more troops over here to help Isengard, who is really struggling right now. Like, his crossbows have just been charged by these Dorwinion cav, Vintercourt, like, spear cavalry, I think, or what they could mount Vintercourt guards. There you go. Yeah, they're going to chop down those crossbows. And these halberdiers also really struggling. Like, Isengard and the Eastlings are both over here, and they're not able to deal with this. Mordor yet to actually send any troops in this direction. They are still kind of preoccupied with keeping an eye on the elves. They have guards of the teeth. They have Morok Throng here, so they've got plenty of reserves. And over on this side, you can see this is a bad sign. We've got crossbows over here, a really fresh crossbow unit, and it's getting cut down by Elven King. You can see Thranduil there. He is bloodied up. He's cutting down as many Uruks as possible, making sure this unit breaks properly. And now they've got a free way in, really. They can just get in behind. They could attack this general here if they wanted to. They could go after anything they wanted to, really. But as you can see, I'm going to try and catch these Locrium archers. I've got a few of them, but not too many. But as you can see, the halberds ready to receive my axe infantry, and I really need to get these guys out of here. This is not a fight that they can win. These halberdiers are not the greatest of halberdiers, but they are still halberdiers. They'll kill these axe warriors. Now it's back to the job of the archers to shoot them down. I still have my crossbows as well, which have relatively decent ammo and numbers. And right now getting chased down by halberdiers. They need to get out of there. Run! Run, crossbows! But yeah, so these guys, I mean, they've got a lot of ammo left, and that's going to be very handy. These guys have armor-piercing ability and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Dorwinion used all his ammo up, helping me take the walls. So that was unfortunate. And yeah, as you can see here, Isengard's got this Iron Storm on the walls, and it cannot get off because the tower's got destroyed. It's stuck on the walls, unfortunately, and that's just unfortunate for it. But a big win for us. And as you can see here, these halberdiers now fighting with my crossbows, losing and wavering because they've been just focused down. But it's still not healthy for my crossbows to be fighting in this fight. They still don't want to be here. And here we go. We have an Elven King coming into the back, and he'll just make sure that these halberdiers aren't coming back. And there you go. Runs them down. Knocks like the entire unit over, routs it. And there you go. Over on this side, you can see Dorwinion is still persisting. with the attack here. Because he's got Avari marksman on the wall now. These guys are pretty handy. These are like dark elves, really, the Avari marksmen. So yeah, they're gonna cut down these Locrian macemen. I'm getting a decent angle up, good, but I can't really. Get a bit of an overview of what's going on the wall. You can see all the bodies just covering this wall. Like hundreds of men have died here. Yeah, and then we've got also some elite spear paladins being sent onto the wall as well. And we've got a lot of elven, I think these are elven archers. Yeah, the mix of elven archers, and we've got shock infantry. It's a bit of a blob. That fort tower is going to have a lot of joy. But yeah. Now attacking through this gate. I mean, this shock infantry may be able to get through eventually. The forest rangers aren't going to be too much of a help. They are low armor. But we will see. We'll see if they can manage anything. I mean, right now, Locrian macemen, it's like a half of strength. They've got plenty more macemen waiting behind. But they are going to have to start thinking about sending stuff elsewhere. The Locrian macemen here, not macemen, archers getting chopped down. They are out of ammo, so it's not the biggest loss in the world. But still, every man's going to matter later on for the defenders, you imagine. As like this horde of dwarves, men and elves comes around this... comes around here. Like literally all three factions are here helping in some capacity. You have the general for the elves. You have archers and cav for Dorwinian. They're all here. Still fighting on this wall over here. This was impressive by Isengard. I was very impressed. I did tip my hat to these berserkers. They have not stopped fighting here in this on this wall against my axe warriors, and they're doing a good job. This is I think a second wave of axe warriors as well that's been sent up. Maybe should have just left them, but hey, I didn't really want these berserkers in my back lines. And the Uruk-hai infantry here as well obviously could be a bit of a problem. Especially when I have my Onager, which doesn't have much ammo left, but it has some, and it could be pretty key for like this last stand up here. It's a pretty painful place to assault. But as you can see over here, we are now focusing down this halberdier here. It was actually defending this bridge. And we were like, well, just shoot it in the back. Just kill that unit. And then once we kill that, and it is forced to retreat, we can get all of our dwarves, and we can get across this bridge. And then I can help take this wall for the elves and for the men of Dorwinian. But it's not going to be too simple, because as you can see, it's like D-Day over here. There is a load of Loki-Rim manning the shoreline. And they're going to gun down anything. And we also got Uruk-hai archers here as well. They're gunning down anything that's on the far side of the river. But there you go. We've finally taken the Locrian archers out. We can now just get cavalry and infantry across this water and onto the other side. And they've got halberdiers on the wall. This is really bizarre. Why they sent Locrian halberdiers onto the wall? That's not going to work too well at all. These guys need to be like just on a open plain, really. They on a wall, not really where you want a halberd. But hey, they're here now. They're fighting these spear paladins of Dorwinian. As you can see, they are really trying to they're going to throw a lot of stuff in to try and take this gate. I mean, it seems a little bit too much. You could just go over the wall here and then come down now, because it would be much easier than just they're blobbing up, really. And this is just a little too much. Luckily, there's no archers nearby, but this is, you just don't want to do this, guys. Word of advice, don't do this. And we've got Lasgarden archers now going in. They got a pretty decent charge. These Loki-Rim macemen, though, I mean, again, tip my hat to these guys. 66 men, and they're not even thinking about losing decisively. They're holding nicely. Shield wall, very effective. But here we go. We now have dwarves in the back lines with Erebor axe warriors here. And they're going to be able to rear charge these Loki mates, but they should help clean them up very nicely. But as you can see over on this side now, Mordor is now setting up his pole arms. I mean, the guards of the team, very dangerous unit. And we've got Erebor crossbows just having a few shots at them. We've got Bayonet steps coming across. Another good target to take out. We've got lots of shock infantry here. Unfortunately, the shock infantry getting focused down by archers. I really need to retreat it. This was the issue I had. I had no real mainline infantry. I had most of my mainline infantry over here. So I couldn't really defend these crossbows, and for some reason they got decided the answer was to get closer. So they're going to get run down by bending the steps now, if you imagine. As artillery comes flying into the back lines. I mean, I do send shock infantry forward. Whether that was the greatest of ideas, probably not, but I was more desperate about saving my crossbows than I was about the shock infantry. Like, my allies have shock infantry and pole arms and stuff. I'm fine for them to have them, but I want to keep my crossbows. I want to get these guys back so they can unlock a defense, but they do unfortunately break. And that is a shame. I do bring up more shock infantry, but I mean, these are both weak units anyway. I've got this one that's pretty healthy, but most of my infantry is pretty banged up at this point. My only healthy infantry really is Dane here, and my mansion claimers. Even my tomb wardens are just really banged up. But yeah, so at this point we now see a lot of like cat and mouse going on. We've got like these Elven King riders. They're like gonna just have a bit of cat and mouse with the 7th CI here. And the Mordor player really wants the cav to come running into this polearm unit, which is a really nice play that they have going on. I'm now bringing up my crossbows, and this kind of like undoes anything. It either forces the general to charge forward and try and silence the crossbows, or he has to retreat. But yeah, eventually I think I started to shoot the polearms instead, because that is what really needs taken out. But over on this side, I'm still being relentlessly charged by these bending steps. I mean, my crossbows did actually rally, but they are relentlessly getting charged right now. At least I think they rallied. Yeah, they did, because the other one's obviously over there. So yeah, having a rough time there. Finally, these macemen over here are going to break. Like, they are still fighting on. I mean, my axe is getting shot in the back as well. Uruk-hai archers now about to get silenced by some archers of Dorwinion. Yeah, these macemen, they've fought on hard. They've done a good job, and finally you can see we've got Thala Rangers and stuff getting off the wall. I even sent some of my own archers onto that wall, it would seem. We've got Vari marksmen, yeah. They're going to cut down these Uruk-hai archers. They're just so much better. I mean, look at the armor difference. Beheads that guy, really nice of them there by the Avari marksman. Cutting these guys down. Bane the steps now going to come over here. They may try and silence these Avari marksmen. Yeah, and they are going to try it, and Bane the steps going to get a pretty good charge there. Yeah, really nice charge. I mean, numbers are 3,000 versus 2,600. So I mean, it's not out of the limits of the defenders to turn us around. I mean, they've still got a fairly decent amount of pole arms and infantry, and they've got that really nasty last defense, which is one choke point which they can always retreat back to. And they've got a pretty decent amount of archers as well, if I remember. Like, they're all over here. Look at this, so many archers here with decent amount of ammo. And yeah, I'm constantly getting at the moment like focused down. I'm getting my actually, I think my allies are getting focused down. I am now about to get charged by 7th to the eye. This is gonna be a painful one. My crossbows, oh, a really good hit there though. I was firing my artillery at point blank range at this general here, just trying to get hits on him. I actually got a pretty decent hit on him there, hitting quite a few on the flank. But yeah, this 7th to the eye's got a choice. Does it carry on pushing forward and go for the crossbows, or does it retreat? And it's probably made the right move retreating, because the Elven King is now into the back lines. He's getting shot down though. It's like Charge of the Light Brigade just having to run into the oncoming fire. And yeah, they're gonna silence these archers if they have to, or stop this general. I think they're trying to stop the general. But yeah, this is gonna just doom them. They're now gonna get focused down. And as you can see here, the mounted Vinter Court Guards have the same idea. They're gonna try and sneak by. Look at this Elven King getting focused down. And there you go. Unfortunately, Thranduil has died, but it's okay, because Elven morale is pretty good, so they should do just fine. I think that was my artillery firing, still firing in there, like a mad lad. And yeah, you can see the Vinter Court Guards. They charge into the general here. They probably should have carried on fighting him. They are actually going to rear charge the guards to the teeth here, which is also not a bad target. Oh, my artillery comes flying and hits those guys in the back. The polearms trying to turn around and doing their damage. And yeah, these Vinter Court Guards having a rough time now. And there you go. They did kill Mordor's general there. But the same thing is going to happen to them now. They charge into like the oncoming mass of archers. And this cavalry is probably silenced now. But over on the other side, they've also started their assault here. Have the men of Dorwinian. They're actually attacking the polearms here. I don't know how smart an idea this really was with the spear paladins and the shock infantry. Probably should retreat from this fight. It's not, they haven't really got the capabilities of taking these polearms out. Better to retreat and allow these crossbows here, Erebor crossbows, to set up and just shoot. I mean, any other archers as well, if they've got any more, then all just to set up and shoot would be very handy. Also the artillery, just use that to shoot stuff. But yeah, actually we're very much out of artillery at this point. Not artillery, archer ammo. We do have polearms here though. We've got Hall Guardians coming up. They are a worthy match to the polearms of Mordor. These elite Woodland Realm polearms, look at them. They are beautiful. Still one of my favourite looking units. And in they go. Gonna do the damage. Good versus evil. Elves versus dark Numenorians. I mean, they could kind of flank there now. And you can see the Guards of Thief having none of it. They're going to retreat. And now it's time to shoot them or charge them. That is what really needs to be done. Over on this side, all the cav for the good forces had died. And now it's just a little bit of Servants of the Eye left. This is a generalist unit though. So unfortunately, it's going to waver pretty quickly. And you see my crossbows just desperately trying to focus down. And it breaks just as it's about to charge my crossbows. So that was lucky. Day 9 foot now coming forward, as are the Manchu Reclaimers here. My final, like, fresh infantry, my elite infantry going in. These beautiful boys, look at them. Ready to go in. And they're going to charge into the mass of orcs and evil men over here. And there you go, in they go. And I think I said yes, in some archers as well, just for to make sure they break through. I'm sure those archers will make all the difference. I actually have some Dorwinian shock infantry that's come over to support. This was the shock infantry that came around ages ago. And yeah, I'm now sending them forward. I'm having to retreat Danes, getting focused down at the moment. And yeah, the Berserkers over here finally have just won. With the help of the Urukai infantry, they've just won and cut down all of my infantry here, which is so frustrating. I thought I at least was going to beat them. But yeah, so there's a few units of Isengard in behind. They may need to keep an eye on them. But yeah, we've got lots of shock infantry now going in here. And catapult crew and all sorts of Manchu Reclaimers, the whole lot in here. Cutting down these Locrian Macemen. And we've also got Wards of Rune in here. A little unit Wards of Rune. And the general's also coming up by the looks of it. Oh, it's like most of the infantry that they have remaining going in this direction now. Tomb Wardens coming up. These guys banged up. They look very, like, not bloodied at all, but they have actually seen quite a lot of they've seen a lot of action in a very small amount of time and lost a lot of men. Look at this, columns of elves coming forward though, looking beautiful. God, this mod is just glorious. It is glorious. See here, crossbows trying to get silenced here by the Uruk archers. Run! Run! And the shock infantry comes in to try and save crossbows. And now they fight against the hordes of Mordor. But yes, over there it seems to be going okay. Over here, Mandrakem is still making some progress. It's taking a lot of casualties though, 87 of them remaining and losing decisively. Oh, they're dropping quickly. They are starting to get surrounded, which is probably the reason why they are starting to drop so quickly. You see a little flanking force coming on here from the Iron Storm as a general. And they're going silenced by crossbows. Everyone just really wants to take out my crossbows. So we have Dane coming forward. Dane, Ironfoot finally given the order to come forward. They're actually going to turn around and try and surround my Manchu claimers, which are on a rough time as it is. They don't need to be surrounded. Not one bit. And here we go, Dane coming flying in. And he's going to charge into this. Look at that. Dane himself knocking back all these Urukai. He's doing a good job, and that was with a nice little fast charge. Dane was getting focused down as much as possible by the remaining archers. Got some Locrium archers here that are still like gunning him down as much as possible, trying to desperately try and kill him. Hall Guardians in here. They're trying to force their way through this Uruk throng. And they are winning decisively, or they were. They're now combat even. I mean, they've got nothing now to hold them back. Unfortunately, all the pole arms for the defenders did die, and that was kind of our aim, was to take out their pole arms and take out their cav as well. Those are the key things to take out, and generals, of course. You can see all the generals now have actually broken for the defenders. But yeah, that is basically the battle. You can see like the remaining troops starting to waver and break. Manchu claimers managed to turn it around in the end. Doing glorious work here, cutting down these Uruk throng. I would not want to get headbutted by a Manchu claimer with that massive helmet that they have going on. Another one of my favourite units is Manchu claimers. They look glorious, they really do. Such a good looking unit. They did such a good job on it. There you go, Dane Ironfoot and the Magic Claimers are going to cut through these guys. I mean, the Uruk archers left. I think what's like these units over here are the reason why the battle's not ended just yet, because they're wavering on the walls, but they cannot get off the walls. So we may have to go and capture the point, unfortunately. But yeah, we are now causing a bit of a mass rout. To what remains, it's just these Uruk archers down here that are about to get surrounded and murdered. So we'll deal with them nicely. And then it's just the point just to take, really, and that is it. I think, yeah, what remains is just stuck on the walls, unfortunately. Yeah, there is actually a little bit of a combat fight going on over here, I think. Yeah, Lasgar and Blade still fighting with the Uruk throng. I don't know how this fight has been going on so long. How the Uruk throng over here has managed to survive. But Lasgar and Blade's now cutting them down. And they're still fighting on the walls up here, actually, as well. There's another Lasgar and Blade unit here. Getting squished against the side of the wall. But yes, if you'd like to get involved in some Rise of Mordor action as well, don't forget to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description, as always. If you want to get involved in whether it's streams or whether it's just scenarios, or just organise your own multiplayer games if you're wanting to play some Rise of Mordor. But yeah, also I hope you guys, like I said, have enjoyed, and feel free to support the channel in this vid in any way you feel like you want to. Words are hard apparently now. Apparently half an hour of just chatting away to you guys, my brain just fries. But yeah, I don't know what is happening with these elves. They're like bouncing off the walls, having a bit of a rave up there. But there you go. I think they've broken these Uruks finally, and that is going to be the battle. All the Uruks there broke, and there we go. A Pyrrhic victory for the dwarves. We will end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. Yeah, like I said, this one was one of the battles played on the stream, so you may recognize a few of the names. But yeah, I was playing as Erebor. I had my Dane Ironfoot get 120 kills. My Warriors of the Red Mountains 216. These guys did really well. The other two not so great. My Axe Warriors pretty well, 160 kills, the best one here. A few of them getting like 150. Most of them getting over the 100 mark, which is at least decent enough. Mantra Claim is getting 169 kills. Not too bad. I'd like to see them get a few more. My Tomb Wardens had a really rough game. 44 kills. Yeah, they just got outgunned by the Uruk-hai Pikes. Erebor Crossbow is getting 145 kills. And then, yeah, my Honor Shift 46, but that was more importantly knocking down walls. We have Bad Omens, who's playing as the Woodland Realm. His General King, 357 kills. Really nice. Good to see the Elven King getting some really good kills once again. Last Garland Blaze getting 105, 136, 168 kills. Some good kills here. 223 for his Hall Guardians. His Archer's not doing so great. I mean, 93, the best one here. Interesting choice to bring the Forest Rangers, but it was nice to see them for a change. Then we have Targon Darkbane, who's playing as Dorwinion. 220 kills for his general here. Very nice guy and still very healthy. So yeah, really well done there. Violent Guards getting 16 kills though, not so great. 122, the best one out of the three. But yeah, these guys got gunned down. Didn't really bring any mainline infantry bar these guys. So yeah, so it was going to be a bit of a tough one for him. His shock infantry also doing not that great, 98 kills. And his spears, I mean, they were very healthy actually still. So they may have gone on to get some pretty decent kills. His polearms 52 kills. His archer's doing pretty well, supporting me on my flank and also on his own flank. 279, 150 with like his Vari marksman, and 150 odd kills with his Thala rangers. And his mounted Vinter Court guards getting 162 kills is not too bad either. Then we have Replica Rider, who is playing as Eastlings. 155 kills with the Bane of Steps is not too shabby at all. His Locrian Maceman 112 kills. His shock infantry had a rough game. Yeah, they got focused down heavily, I was hearing from Targons like Avari Marksman. So yeah, only 45 kills. His polearms, yeah, similar sort of thing for them, getting focused down by crossbows by me. His archers did really well though, getting 190 kills, 203 kills, 160 kills. Some good kills here for his archers. They did well on that front. Then we have Karpov playing as Isengard. He had a really rough game against me. Yeah, not much getting into the hundreds. Like his Wine Storm was only getting 58 kills. I mean, these guys had a lot of men left. They were unfortunately stuck on the walls. His Berserkers did well here, though, cutting down my Dwarves. 178 kills there. And his Pikes did okay, but nothing really insane. He had a really rough game, just generally. Then we have Cuppa, who's playing as a Mordor. But again, actually, in his defense, he is fighting Dwarves, so, like, there's less kills to be had there. Same with, like, Cuppa, who's playing against the Elves. Hasn't got, like, really high kills, but that's because he's facing the Elves, who have really small units. He's got Guards of Teeth here with 85 kills. He's got his General and his 70i getting some decent kills, 50 kills here. 104 kills for his Uruk-hai, which is actually the highest there. And, like, that is really surprising. But, yeah, Cuppa had a really rough game as well, unfortunately. But, yeah, well done to them all, to both attackers and defenders. It's a really good siege. Nice to see good versus evil for once, not like any weird mixed alliances. But yeah, if you want to see some more Rise of Mordor action, do remember to leave a like. Let me know in the comments as well. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel as we work towards 5k subs. It'd be very much appreciated. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you back in Middle-earth very soon. Bye for now.